Okay, good morning everybody. It is Tuesday the 21st of March 2023. Sorry, just checking my car's locked. I am down at the new Everton Stadium at Bramley Moore Dock. There she is there, looking fantastic. So this is my midweek video where I address some of your questions and comments if you don't know already. And I usually try and get these done on a Wednesday, but there's a couple of reasons why I'm here today. Turn you around. So reason number one, it's windy the rest of the week. It's actually windy this morning, but not as bad as it's going to be tomorrow and Thursday and possibly Friday. So that I work on, like, getting the drone in the air is very, like, I have to work on the windows of opportunity that are available. And the beluga's just flying over. It looks quite low as well. Let me turn you around, see if you can see it. Can you see that up in the air? Maybe, maybe not. But as I was saying, so I have to work on the windows of opportunity available to me, and this week, this is it really, I think. So I'm going to get the drone up and cover your questions and comments. The reason number two for me being here is that we were informed this morning that they were doing a lift of a roof truss. It'll be the south stand, the first lift of the south stand roof truss. So I got over first thing this morning, but then, to be fair, I did then get an email from our contact there at Everton saying it's been cancelled. So, you know, fair enough. Really appreciate them dropping us those little notes in that. We're really grateful for it. But yeah, it's cancelled. So I'm here anyway, and like I say, it's the only day really wind-wise, weather-wise, and I can get up this week. So for now, we'll get up in the air and cover your questions and comments that you put to me on my weekend video. Let's get up there. Right, okay guys, we are right outside the front, right, looking directly at the east stand there. Just going to get a little bit of altitude, but staying away from it whilst I'm going to address something that's not actually one of your questions and comments. First and foremost, it's an article that come out last night, so I just wanted to bring it up. Now I'll share a picture of it there, and I'll share the link in my description of this video if you want to get to it. But it's an article by Sky Sports News by Pranav Shahini, who says that they've said that Everton are reportedly likely to move into their Bramley Moore Dock Stadium in late 2024 or early 2025 instead of the start of the season. Sky Sports claim that the club have never said that the 23-24 season would be the last one that's going to be played at Goodison Park. Now, I have just reached out to a couple of contacts this morning that come out at like it was late last night, 8:10 p.m. last night. So I thought, well, I'll address it in this video. And so straight away, I thought that can't be true. And there's a lot when you read through the article. There's not really any facts in it. However, one thing that is quite factual that did come to me was that actually Everton have never really given us like an exact date or anything. It dawned on me from seeing the article, and so I've touched base with a couple of contacts from that I've got, and the contacts. They just basically say that they seen the article, but yeah, it's never been, you know, confirmed that you know an exact date has been confirmed. So yeah, that there is like slight truth in the article, to be honest with you, in that we might not be in there for the beginning of the 24-25 season, and in fact it might be like mid-season or even the beginning of 2025. So we don't know, but we're not behind schedule. I suppose you can't be behind if there's no exact time given, you know. So probably quite clever by Everton, to be fair. So yeah, I just thought to share that. Like I say, the link will be in the description if you wanted to get to it. That's just something I wanted to share with you guys. Okay, so for now then, let's get into your questions and comments, guys. First up, we've got David Badcock, who says only 2 small areas of wet concrete fill left to do at either end of the east stand. There's some silvery insulation that's been applied just to the south side of the southwest The south side of the southwest tower crane, right, that's up the other end. Expect the southwest truss to go up this week, but not long after the southwest tower crane will be dismantled, allowing access for a large crawler crane to pick up and place the west stand roof sections currently being constructed on the west side ground. Right, David, thank you very much. So I'm going to have a look at these. So you said about there's only two, there's a bit of wind problems, guys. Sorry, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get round the west, up to the west end. The west end. So you said about there's only two small bits of concrete pour left. East stand, David. Looks like, are they actually doing one there? Looks like they are. That's one end. Let's have a look at the other end, David. My screen's jumping a bit, guys. If that happens in the actual video, I apologise. I don't think it will. I'm just getting a bit of jump on my screen. But yeah, I think the video should be alright. But if it's not, I'm sorry. And the other thing you did say, I know you said about the west stand roof, but I'm not going to get round to the west stand, I don't think, today because of the wind. But you said about the south truss, and you were right, David. It is planned, or it was planned for today. As I said at the beginning, they had to call it off. There it is, sitting in the middle. There's some birds being annoying by the drone as well. There's just things going on today that are telling me should I have bothered, guys. It's one of those days. So yeah, there is that south stand truss sitting there, ready to go up. It's hooked up as well, as you can see. It's hooked up to the crane, but it just got cancelled today. It might go tomorrow, but I'll be surprised if anybody can cover that tomorrow, because there is very strong winds coming. And the other thing you did talk about, David, was the west stand roof. I'm not going to get round there, honestly. I'm getting strong wind warnings now, so guys, any more that I've got on the west stand roof, because I probably have, I'll have to get back to it another time. It's really irritating, but it is what it is. So moving on, we've got Stephen Harland, who says, "Hi Nick, thanks for taking the time each week to keep us up to date on the new stadium." No problem, Stephen, thanks for watching. I noticed that the pitch level terracing on the east stand has had a facade installed. Any idea what sort of parking facilities, if any, will be available on match days? So parking, Stephen, has been talked about a lot. Tell you what, I'll come round like this side, see what we can do, because you said about something being installed on the pitch side of the east stand. Oh no, I can't get round there, guys, because of the wind. It's trying. Let me bring it down a bit. Okay, so parking, you mentioned about, Stephen. Parking is, yeah, people keep saying it's going to be a big problem. There is, I said a while ago, somebody had told me that there is a car park that's been, let me turn around, I think there's a car park, like a multi-storey, somewhere up there. I can't see anything. A couple of guys told me about it, but I actually don't know exactly where it is. And I can't see anything, you know, huge. Can you? It's a big car park there. Perhaps we could use that. But anyway, look, the one thing that I've said, moving back round to Bramley Moore, the one thing that I've said continuously about it is that it's that there's very, very minimal parking up at Goodson, very minimal. So it's not going to, we're not going to be like worse off moving here. I think there will be more down here, if I'm honest. And when I say more, I mean we're very close to the city centre. There's loads of parking in the city centre, so we should be. Look, we should be fine. I'm just moving behind the south stand. So yeah, Stephen, I don't think it's going to be a problem like everybody keeps saying, you know, where are we going to park, where's everybody going to go and all that. I can't see it being a huge problem, Stephen, to be honest with you. If it's not a problem at Goodson, it certainly shouldn't be a problem here. Well, I suppose it is a little problem at Goodson, isn't it? But it shouldn't be any more of a problem here. Right, got Stuart Fisher, sorry, moving on. Hi Nick, Aberdeen FC fan who was enjoying your stadium videos. Thanks Stuart, thanks a lot. I'm hoping my club eventually gets its finger out to get on with building our new stadium. My question is my question is, the tunnel access road under the east stand, so that's just over there, will that remain when the stadium is completed to allow ground staff equipment such as pitch lights to be moved into the stadium bowl, or will there be another access point? The current location seems to be quite close to the centre of the stand where more prime seats can be located. Yeah, I don't think that is staying. Could anybody confirm that? It's been a while since I've looked at this. This was like more to the beginning when we first seen it coming up, that entrance. If I move around a bit, so we can get to have a look at it. It is right there. You see where that little green vehicle is? It's down in there. I don't think that is staying. I think the actual site access, I believe, is going to be up on the northwest corner, up there. See what that west side, that west stand terracing is nearly done, isn't it? But that's where I think the actual like any plant and all that is going to have access through there. It's going to be and they can go up round the back to it, to be honest. So I don't think that's staying, but like I say, it's been a long time since I've actually looked at that. When they first started putting this stand together and we seen the access road was when we had a chat about it, Stuart. So I don't think it's staying. I don't think so. But if anybody has any other, I don't know for certain right at the moment. I can find out, but I'm sure others will drop us a note down below. That's another reason why I do these videos, guys. It's not, I've said this a couple of times, right? I'm not trying to say I know everything about the build. I definitely don't. What I'm trying to do, aside from like looking at certain things and covering certain things, I'm opening up a platform for you guys to have a good talk together, and add your own bits, add your own thoughts and knowledge, please. So yeah, any knowledge on that, please, guys. Let me just take a picture. Okay, quick picture there. Got some wind there, guys. I'm gonna have to hurry up with this. So moving on, we've got Tony Curran, who says looks like they're getting the east stand finishing sections ready just behind the west stand. Sounds confused, doesn't it? Great vid again, Nick. And then yeah, I left Stephen Lyndon Wyatt's posting as well straight after, because it was the same sort of thing and these were right after each other. Stephen's also a great video again, Nick. Looks like they are building the A-frame for the east stand where they built them for the west stand. Yeah, I don't think that's the case. As I've said, I can't get up there, guys, because of the wind. I don't want to get my drone up too far away. I'll tell you what, let's see what we can do. What it is, you see, with the wind, no, I'm not going to go up there. As soon as I move it in the wind, then the time that I've got left on the drone drops a lot, and I don't want to risk kind of getting the drone, like it landing on site or anything like that. Would be an absolute nightmare after like me preaching all the time that look, I'm always within the rules, always doing the right thing and all that, and then all of a sudden my drone has to land on site because I haven't judged the wind properly trying to get up there. So, but I don't think that's the case. I think those frames you've seen being built up on the west stand, I think that's for the west stand roof, guys. There's a couple of comments on my videos that should help you kind of have a look at that if you take a look. I was hoping to look today, guys, and I am really sorry, I just can't get up there because of the wind. But everything that's being built up on the west stand, I do think it's for the west stand roof, okay? But Tony and Stephen, thank you very much for your comments on that. I'm going to move on. I've got Rob Sutton, who says, cheers, Nick. Do you know if the inside of the stadium is going to be compartmentalised, or will fans be able to move between stands? Let me move up so I'm not just sitting in the same place. As soon as I've moved up there, I've got a strong wind warning. But anyway, if I have a ticket in the south stand, would I be able to meet a mate in the west stand for a pint at half time? I understand that the away section will be locked off, but do you know about the rest of the stadium? I left a comment in from Old Bloke 135 who said, I can't believe for 1 minute you'll be able to move from stand to stand because there will be significant price differences between seating areas. You won't be able to move between upper tiers and lower tiers either. Separate entrances and exits with no connection inside the stadium. Keep the riff-raff away from rich and famous. Yeah, I get that. I agree with you completely, old bloke. But I don't think it's about keeping like the riff-raff away from the rich or anything like that. I think it's they need to know like how many people are in each section, how many people are going to be going in and out of each section, don't they? They need to keep a control on numbers. You know, so if we could all move in between stands and everything, you know, it is, of course, it's a little bit like some seats are more expensive than others. Of course, there's a little bit of that, but it's certainly, in my opinion, for like they need to like control where people are, so they know. Big safety issues, Rob. But I don't know for a fact, Rob, but I'd say I'm 97.5% certain that it will be compartmentalised like every stadium is and should be, so they can keep control on the amount of people going in and out each entrance and exits to avoid any bottlenecking and crushing and stampeding and that. Just one of the reasons, in my opinion. Thanks though, Rob, and thanks very much, old bloke, for your reply. I'm going to move on to Lewis Barrow, who says both the blue towers up ready for the final truss in the south stand, and all the steel frames up in west stand for the rest of the concrete terraces. Is it possible to go lower behind the south stand so can see the bit which I think is the concourse? Great video. Lower behind the south stand. I am quite low behind the south stand here. I'm quite far away, by the way, guys. I'm over the other dock, just so you know. So here we go, lower behind the south stand. But guys, I have only got 7 minutes left on my drone, you know, because of this flipping wind. So there you go, a bit lower behind the south stand. We'll have a look at it there. So that's the west. And looking down. And there you go. There's the south stand. Whilst I'm here, I'm going to move back so I can get a nice picture. Let me get a picture of that. Okay, guys, a couple more. I've only got 6 minutes left on my drone. I need to get it back in. So where was I? Who was that? That was Lewis. Okay, so we'll move on to, I've got Steve Garrett, who says, great vid, Nick, if you look. So also, sorry, before, Lewis did say about the blue supports. They are in place, ready. As I said, they were due to do a lift today, but cancelled it. Moving on to Steve Garrett, says, great vid, Nick, if you look at overhead of east stand on about halfway line, there's something blue on the upper tier steps. No idea if it's a seat. I'm going to see if I can have a look, because I need to move the drone back around anyway, so. East stand, there's something blue. Can't get overhead on that whilst I won't do overheads whilst they're working on site. I'll have a look at that at the weekend, on my weekend video. Steve, I'll have another look and see if I can do a more whilst I'm going overhead. I'll zoom, because the one thing I don't do when I am going overhead is zoom in, because I just try and give us all that view. So yeah, I'll zoom in, see if I can get a view of that. Thanks for noticing that, mate. Did anybody else notice, by the way? Anybody else see that? You said you're not sure if it's a seat. I don't think it will be, but who knows? Who knows, Steve? I'll try and get another look. I'll also have a look back at my other video as well. And then so I've come back round the front. I've got, last but not least, Steve Davies, who says, every time I see another video, it looks even bigger. But where is the tunnel where the players come out? Is it going to be in one of the corners or in the middle? And which side is the dugout going to be? Steve, thank you very much. The tunnel where the players come out and everything is going to be the west stand and the dugout up there. The one closest to the Mersey is going to be, it's going to be where the players that come out. Steve, so yeah, thank you very much for your question. Right, guys, I have to bring the drone down. I'm zoomed in there. It looks like I'm flying right into the ground, doesn't it? I am not. Yeah, guys, sorry, I'll sort the drone out myself. I have to bring it down because the weather and everything, and it's hardly got any minutes left. So I'll switch over to my face right now. Right, okay, guys. So there you go. That was the Everton Stadium at Bramley Moore Dock. My midweek video with voiceover answering some of your questions and comments. I did the best that I could there. That's not my greatest video by any shot. I'm totally aware of that. Not much movement with the drone. You know, the idea of these videos is for me to be able to look at certain points that you've asked me to look at in that. Getting round to the west stand with the wind coming, so the wind's blowing in towards us. Like the wind's blowing east, so getting out to that west stand was difficult, and it was just taking up loads of battery. And like I said during the video, the problem with that, you've got to, being a drone operator, you've got to constantly watch your battery, because if I'm up and out there using all my battery, then I've got to bear in mind, if that wind, say that wind shifted for example, and I'm out there and the drone struggles to come back, I've then got to emergency land it, or it will emergency land on its own where it is. You know, if it's got no battery, it's going to land there, and I'm not risking that at all. Okay, so yeah, it's just being careful. It's really annoying, really irritating, but the wind's going to be even worse tomorrow. So yeah, anyway, little explanation for you. I hope you still enjoyed the video. If you could, I hope I managed to answer some of the questions. It was nice to have a lower look at that south stand, the back of the south stand in the concourse. So can't remember who it was, but whoever it was Stephen or Stuart who asked that, thanks very much, because that was good to have a look at that. Other than that, with the stuff about the west stand, just somebody going in, somebody thinks they can go in the stadium. Oh no, they can't. Radio. The stuff about the west stand and everything was great question, and there's a lot of comments on my video, people that know about it and that. So yeah, have a look at that, but I just couldn't get up there. Anyway, guys, I'm going to finish up here. I've just been distracted by somebody trying to drive straight in. I do think they're like doing something to do with the stand, but that's not the car park, is it? Guys, I'll be back here at the weekend doing my full circular with some music and that. Take care, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the video. Comments and everything down below. Any branded clothing is there. Take care, everyone. Bye.